Meghan Markle is trying to tell the world just look how in love we are by packing on PDA with Prince Harry in Colombia, a body language expert has claimed. The Duchess of Sussex, 43, beamed as she watched a performance at the Delia Zapata National Center for the Arts in Bogotá with her hubby on Thursday. In one affectionate moment, Meghan placed her head on Harry's shoulder before he wrapped his arm around her and kissed his wife on the head. And Judy James told The Sun Meghan's non-verbal rituals were aimed at sending a message to the world. She said, Meghan's non-verbal rituals yesterday look aimed at emphatically defining her love story with Harry as enduring, ongoing and possibly even stronger than before. Her swooning with love ritual looks like a love story emoji from Meghan to make her point as clearly and dramatically as possible. Her hands fold gently over her heart as she leans her head onto her husband's shoulder with a wide, loving mouth smile and a lowered eye gaze that suggests she is having a moment of affectionate reflection. It's a look how much in love we are message to the world, and Harry responds perfectly. Stuffing a manly hand into the pocket of his white jeans with just a cocked thumb peeking out to signal pleasure, he produces a coy eye expression as though caught up in the emotional wave of the moment as he bends his head to kiss his wife on the head in a reciprocal gesture. The loving touches and tie signs are constant here. Other photos showed the pair holding hands and putting on a very affectionate display in the South American nation. The Sussexes appeared to be unable to keep their hands off each other as performers danced at the first day of engagements. In another tender picture, the Duchess placed her hand on Prince Harry's knee as she giggled with her husband. Judy explained, Meghan sits with her hand on Harry's knee in a tactile bonding ritual or ownership and affection. Her eyes crinkle as she laughs in a pinging gesture aimed at getting him to share the laugh. At one point Harry places his hand over Meghan's in a reciprocal gesture, and in another moment we can even see the result of all this non-verbal stroking behavior as he sits with his hands in a downward steeple in front of his pelvis in a gesture of virility. The pair also stared lovingly into one another's eyes as they clapped away at the end of the performance. Meghan wore a burgundy maxi dress designed by Johanna Ortiz, who has Colombian heritage, and worth $2,150. Harry and Meghan were met in the capital Bogotá on Thursday by Colombia's Vice President Francia Márquez and her husband Rafael Yerni Panillo. They spent around half an hour at the vice president's residence, where they exchanged welcome gifts and were offered tea, coffee and traditional pan de bono, Colombian cheese bread. The Sussexes are being given a full security detail throughout their visit alongside Ms. Marquez, who invited the couple to travel to Colombia for what has been dubbed a DIY royal tour. Ms. Marquez said she was inspired to ask Harry and Meghan to visit the country after being moved by their Netflix documentary. "I saw the Netflix series about their life, their story, and that moved me and motivated me to say that this is a woman who deserves to come to our country and tell her story, and her exchange will undoubtedly be an empowerment to so many women in the world," Ms. Marquez said. The Sussexes' controversial six-part Netflix show, aired just 3 months after Queen Elizabeth II's death, laid bare their troubled relationship with the royal family and the struggles which led to their decision to step back from the working monarchy. Ms. Marquez described the Sussexes' trip as a very special visit aimed at building bridges and joining forces against cyberbullying and online digital violence and discrimination, as well as promoting women's leadership in Colombia. The Sussexes team has not confirmed how the trip is being funded, whether privately, through Harry and Meghan's Archewell Foundation, by the Colombian government, or other means. The quasi-royal tour, which has many similarities to the program of an official royal overseas visit, is the Sussexes' second this year, after their 3-day visit to Nigeria at the invitation of the West African nation's Chief of Defense Staff. Harper's Bazaar magazine, covering the trip as the only words pool, said Ms. Marquez shared her personal admiration for Harry's late mother Diana, Princess of Wales. Meghan and Ms. Marquez were pictured embracing as they greeted each other warmly, with Ms. Marquez clasping Harry's hands in her own as they were introduced. The Sussexes were color-coordinated style-wise, with the Duchess in a navy halter-neck top and trousers and Harry in a dark blue suit and light blue shirt. During the sit-down chat, Ms. Marquez said she shared the same ideals and goals as Harry and Meghan amid their campaign to make the digital world safer for children. Harry and Meghan visited a local school, the Colegio Cultura Popular, on Thursday and joined a summit, in collaboration with their Archewell Foundation, about creating a healthier digital landscape. They spoke to children in a session where the class talked about their favorite and least favorite parts of social media, technology, and dealing with life on the internet. Meghan said the group should aim to be self-reliant and not tech-reliant, while Harry asked the conversations they have with their families about managing social media and literacy.